Well, now that I got this truck all torn apart, maybe let's rebuild it. I'm Mark Schneider, you're watching Schneider Classics, and today I gotta run into the city and grab some parts. And today I think, because I have this box, I also have a couple other boxes. One, I gotta deal with some boxes on these trucks, and also I have that box I'm doing for my buddy's truck. Because we have a bunch of boxes that need to get done, I'm thinking, why don't I build myself a box dolly? So today we're gonna run into the city and grab some parts, grab some tools, and get to work. Because as you can see, the rear cross braces in this truck, right there and over there, are gone. That one just needs a repair over on that end. It's not as bad. Oh, so we're also going to stop by one of my favorite guys to buy parts from and grab those as well. We're going to repair the one that just needs a little bit of damage, but we're going to go pick up some parts. I like it when I get to drive the wife's car to the city, because you know what, driving an hour in the old truck, it's loud and noisy, and that's fun sometimes, but sometimes it's nice to drive a nice little quiet car. As well as, this thing is great on gas. It gets like 8 liters per 100 kilometers at most. So I like taking this little old Cavalier out for a drive. But on top of that, something that I've been dealing with all day long is procrastination, and it's actually something that DD Speed Shop there talked about in a video, saying like, so quit your day job and become a YouTuber. Well, I've been doing YouTube for over the last 10 years, and I've made a total of $3, and that was before they brought in the requirements of watch time and subscribers on my gaming channel fucking years ago. With saying that, the only reason Schneider Classics doesn't make any money, haven't made a dime, is I don't have enough watch time, and I'm at a loss. I have no idea how to do this fucking YouTube thing. Not a single clue, because some videos get thousands of views, some videos get 400, 500, or 100, and some videos, well, like the last one I just released that was about why I became a mechanic, and showing you guys the proof in the pudding of doing it. I only made it only got like 25 views. Like, so I have no idea what I'm doing. My view counts are all over the place. My watch time is all over the place. I have no idea how to get this going correctly. I've tried looking up how to do SEO. I've tried looking up titles, hence also like why I became a mechanic is kind of an SEO title. It's a little bit of a title to be like, see if someone will click on it, and it doesn't get any clicks. So I don't know what to do to tell you that. But with that procrastination, like, be your own boss, do your own things. Like all these YouTube videos, I probably sink about, I think it's 13, 14 hours into every single video. Like a 10-minute video takes about an hour or two to edit, takes about an hour to film, takes a couple hours to do thumbnails and get that all figured out. It takes a lot of time to do a lot of research on this end, and I don't think I'm built for it. I'm just a kid who just wants to wrench on a bunch of old vehicles. But with saying that, it kills my motivation sometimes. One, because I want to get videos up for you guys, but holy hell, to try and get out, like, this is minus 30 temperature as of recently. We keep getting hit with critical cold weather warnings constantly, and I'm trying to get work done here, as well as I don't have a big enough garage. That box, yeah, I may build a box cart for it so I can maybe do the underside. I might be able to do the rear taillight sections in the garage, but the side panel, I can't do it. The truck's too big. So, I mean, I'll try and figure something out with it, see if I can do it, make it really tight and miserable for myself. But I can't wait to have summer back so I can actually do stuff out on the lawn. But saying that, now let's get to the city. Let's grab these parts, grab some stuff. I might have to come back, grab the truck, and grab some lumber. And we're going to build ourselves a good old wood cart for that box. This is also what just happened, and I believe in good karma. I just stopped where we picked up that red Cavalier, that scrap car for that flipping car video money. The old owner, they cleaned it out pretty damn good, except for in the visor he left some sunglasses, and in the glove department I found some prescription sunglasses. I stopped by there and said, hey, I just want to make sure I return these to you and they get back to you and stuff like that, because obviously I have no use for prescription sunglasses. found a second set of keys for the car with remote start. So that car has remote start now. Know what? What goes around comes around. So after 5 hours of running around town and picking up and then dropping off my son at daycare and then picking him up and all that fun stuff, I picked up some parts over at Walker Auto. These are our cross braces for the back of the bed here, and I picked up our dollies. And I was like, okay, now how am I gonna build this thing? So I did a little googling on what people do to move beds around, and I'll throw a photo of what my idea is. I went, you know what? And this is some. If we come over here to the back to my metal racks, you can see a fair bit of it's missing. But I always hoard metal. One, this is all aluminum, they go in for aluminum scrap. But the steel, I keep the steel on this metal rack that I have. As you see, it's also homemade. They keep any spare. So hopefully the camera stops dying now, as the battery says it's 60%, but the cold keeps just killing it. I hoard metal. There's my metal stock over there. It's, I think I already showed in the video, it's already pretty empty because I stole a bunch of metal from my metal stock. Moved it over here to make what we need to make. Here's the AB my length joist. Here's the AB my joist for the wheels, stabilize. One of these, I don't know which one yet, I'm gonna cut in half to be the side arms. And one, I think I'm gonna cut this one to be the side arms, and then this one's gonna be cut to be the stable joist. And then I'm probably gonna just go grab some rod that I have over there, because I know I still have, I think I have 1 inch rebar that I got from a that was from a scrap job. We were cleaning out a whole residential. I'm like, that's some really good rebar. I'm thinking, and that's where most of the stuff comes from. One, either if I'm cleaning out people's scrap piles, cleaning out, doing residential cleanouts, just picking up scrap on the side of the road, or the fact where I'm getting scrap from businesses that need to move or stuff like that. All of this is like free from jobs that I've done. Other than, I think I traded somebody like 20 bucks for this or something like that back then, whatever. So I have some flat plate here because obviously that's not wide enough for the wheels we picked up in the city yesterday. Oh, maybe it is, just barely. I think I'll weld up some flat stock so I can bolt this up to the flat stock. Oh, maybe not, because this will have to position this way. Yeah, I think we will. Oh, weld her up to the flat stock. That way the wheels are flush, welded up, triangulate it to the C-channel. And I got to get this all laid out, do some measurements and figure out what measurements I want. Get it laid out in the garage, because then once tonight I think I'll weld all this up, get the wheels bolted on. I'll probably get the wheels bolted onto the plate and then weld the plate, because to be honest, they're probably never coming off. I can't weld those wheels on directly because they use galvanized steel, and if you weld on galvanized steel, you release a gas, zinc, into the air, and breathing that in is very toxic and can give you zinc poisoning. So aside from that, I guess I'm gonna start doing some measurements, laying this all out again. So that's I spent $160 in these dollies, 2 swivels, 2 straights. The straights were $2 cheaper than the swivels at Princess Auto here. Again, this is all Canadian dollars. For me to get the dolly I'm about to make is supposed to be over $1,000 before shipping. If I look at shipping, whatever. I think I was like saying it's like, oh, it's like $800 USD. So actually it's probably like $1,500 Canadian plus shipping. It cost me like $2,000. I don't have $2,000 to go and spend on something. Meanwhile, I'm doing junkyard cars. So we're going to build this dolly here, get it all set up for this. This thing's got to get flipped on its backside and flipped upside down so we can do the bottom cross members. I got to repair this past repair, because as you can see, when we were hoisting it up, there's a booger weld all along here, and then they bondoed over it and it failed. We have to do rear quarters, back plate, and the 2 back cross members, and then I gotta repair a cross member. Then I'm gonna try to do all the bodywork on this side. It looks super ripply. I just want it to make it a little more smooth, like this side. See, it's a lot more smooth. I actually think this side's not touched, that's why it's a lot more smooth. Well, it's not true, it is touched. You can see the Bondo down there. Just to make it look a little better. Is this gonna be perfect? No. Has someone obviously touched this truck before I did? Yeah. I think like 3 or 4 people have touched this truck before I did. But you know what? You gotta work with what you gotta work with. So I'm gonna get all this metal lined up in the garage and figure out how I'm gonna be doing this, and then we'll go from there. So I just got my son to sleep. As you can hear, the heater's going. And I got my insulated tarp over the door here to try and keep some of the heat in. We got all the metal in here. I have it all marked up. I'm ready to start going with the Sawzall, cut it all up, get it ready to go, and I'll get all of my measurements done, cut it up. We'll start welding, tack welding everything in that needs to be tack welded. And I'll start showing the progress here, but pretty much all it is there's the footers. I have them on top. I got to move them on down there, just on top to mark where they need to go. Those are my up holes, or they go up on either side. This is they go across. These I'm going to cut up to be my cross bracings. And then I have, I think it's still outside. I got to bring that in. I have some flat plate. I think it's 3/8 inch. It's not flat plate, 3/8 inch checker plate, because that's all I got from that city on my metal shelf to make wheel stands for it. So I'll get started on this, get this all going, get it all cut up, the measurements, and we'll go from there. That heater is a godsend. I love that thing. I love having my welder on wheels. That makes this so much easier. So I did 2 passes on this, 1 weld deep in the groove, and then a bigger pass for better fusion of the metal. Right there you can see. I ain't a professional welder, but you know, all you do is you stick the ground end on there, you hold on the positive end, you make sure you wear some eye protection, and you just pull the trigger. That's 1 pass, so I still have to do my secondary pass over this and this side, get these welded up, and then my main leg structure will be done. Then I get to build the upright structures, and then when I'm done the upright structures, and then I'll make some supports, then I will weld on the top arms. I might actually, oh, I have to clean those up. I forgot I gotta clean those up. I might weld on the top arms first. Yeah, that might be easier, because then I can get to the weld there. Or you know what? Yeah, I'll weld the top arms on first, then do the legs. That way when I flip it over to put the wheels on, it can hang on to the top arms and they'll be fully welded. So I gotta finish those, then I'll clean those up to weld to one ends of these for the top arms. Yeah, I got a lot of welding still left to do. But you know what? This is not. One night of labor is gonna save 1 night of labor and 5 years worth of hoarding metal, because you don't come across this stuff often. Big, giant, very, very thick C-channel cross tubes, tube channel, and stuff like that. If you want to find 1 inch square tubing, you can find that anywhere. This big stuff, and I even have bigger stuff than this sitting on the back shelf that I got like last year. So like 5-6 years worth of hoarding metal, a $100 Mashcraft welder, and a lot of labor is gonna save me like $2 grand. You know what? And like I said, that's why I'm putting in some cross bracing, because now someone goes like, "Oh, do you trust your weld?" Yeah, I do. One, I'm putting it on max voltage. I mean, it's a $100 welder. What the fuck do you expect for max voltage? But I'm sticking it on max voltage, slowest wire speed, just so I can get the most heat I possibly can. Not to mention, this metal's been sitting in here above room temperature. I think it's 7 degrees Fahrenheit that the thermostat on the heater is set at. Like, I mean, it's not, obviously I have to turn off the heater to run the welder, so the cold is starting to leak in here, but the metal's warm. I'm not worried about that. Well, I mean, it's not. It hasn't been all afternoon. It's been plus temperatures for like the last 2 hours. That's about it. But I'm going to finish up that welding. I'm going to get the top arms ready, and then we'll see about welding on the arms. I'm getting at her. Well, give her an old test. Oh. Well, if I hit with a sledgehammer at some pretty good force, because I smacked there, put a dent in it, and she's fine. She's holding. I think she'll be good. So this is, we got her flipped over after smacking her a couple times. Welds are good and strong. I'm still going to put in a cross brace on either side right there, because you know what? Number one rule of reinforcement is triangulation. Triangles are the best source. The main reason was, this is the bottom, but all that weight, especially once the weight comes up here and stuff like that, the weight's going to be evenly distributed there, and it's going to all be focused on that point. That point's the top. It's kind of okay to be focused all at one point at the top, but then it's all focused at that point at the bottom. So by just adding those little support tubes, it will help put all the force that's up there in that joint over there. And all of, you can see here, there was a second pass done on that joint. There's just one pass. Just one pass right there. Same with up here. Just one pass up there. But two passes on that joint, on the side joints. Because I want to put all of the force. You don't want all of that force as they be coming here and stuff like that. You want all the force to mostly go through the welds. Through here to the side. Same with this is... They were all dual pass. I'm going to be leaving this open because I don't want this to be... Because most of the weight's going to be off of this main cross beam both ways. And I'm not triangulating from here to the center beam. I probably should, but one, I want to leave the middle space open to work on when I throw a box on this. And two... in the future, if we get bigger projects or bigger boxes or something that's bigger, I need a bigger cart. In the future, I want to be able to either go buy a bigger tube or a smaller tube, depending on whatever I can find that just either slides right into this or slides right over it, and cut it right in half in the exact eye and drill all my holes. That's if in the far future. That's far future. No, this is 6 foot. This is 6 feet long. This is going to be great for many boxes to come. In the future, know what? Even if I need it for a shorter box, then I might get the tubing done then, because then we could take a chunk out of the middle of this and figure out what we're going to do there. But for now, she'll work. And she's pretty damn strong. This is it upside down, and this is a pretty nice table right here. If I was to, I can lean... The floor is not perfectly even. That's why the mat's in here, is because there's actually holes in the floor. But if I put all my weight on this corner, she holds it nice and strong. She holds the weight all on this corner. So I trust it. So in the morning, I'll get back at this. We'll cut some plates out for the wheels. And the wheels, we'll weld the plates on with this checkerboard here. Weld some plates here. Drill some holes. And bolt on all 4 wheels on all 4 corners and weld up some triangulation. So as you see, the box isn't here anymore because I had a buddy come and help me. A couple buddies helped me, and we just wanted to bang her out, get her done. The dolly, I gotta put air in the tires. I haven't done that yet, which I should, because I don't want to damage the tires by having all this weight on it. But we finished the dolly here. You can see supports down, crossbar, wheels. Looks really awesome. It's really stable. It already has a fair bit of snow and ice on it from it melting yesterday, because yesterday was extremely warm. We got the box on here. You can see the cross braces we have to replace. That's what it was. It's ugly. And then our new cross braces from Walker Auto. Good old Reg, always helping me out get parts. I gotta go get a third one because I thought I just needed 2 and apparently I need 3. Oh well, it is what it is. I'll have to get a third one. not a lot of room in this garage to get the bodywork done for this thing. So I think I'm gonna probably go get the other cross brace, replace, as you can tell, that's what we gotta replace. There's nothing really left there. Replace those. This one, this is the only center brace that's really like this. I might just leave it. Like, it sucks, yeah, but this body's not getting fully done. The main reason I'm doing these cross braces is this is how this holds the bed onto the frame, and I rather that be strong than weak. So we'll rebuild those cross braces. We do have a little bit of bodywork here to do to fix up someone's patch and my mistake of hitting it with the crane. Got a little bit of bodywork here and some inner structure here, which should be, I have enough space back here to do the rear braces and do the center braces. The only thing that's maybe really hard in this garage, and because it's smaller than a single car garage, is doing a bit of bodywork on the side. I might not do it, to be fairly honest. I know it's wavy, I know it looks a little ugly, but for time's sake or whatever, and the main reason it's wavy is you can see someone was in here and already put a panel in. So there's new metal here. Is it great? No. Is it wonderful? Not really. Oh, that's just falling apart in my hands here. Oh, scrap. Scrap. Yeah. I think I'll just replace these cross braces. I'll redo some of the metal here in the rear structures of the taillights. This has to be bent out a little bit because it's shot. That's Bondo. We'll redo this tail section. And then I think the box will be done for what it is. I have to know where I gotta draw the line to make this perfect. I want to make it perfect, but guess what? Sometimes, like, again, I gotta make money on this truck. So as much as I want to make it perfect, I also gotta make money on it. So I gotta make sure I'm not investing way too much time. I'm already investing way too much time. But saying that, maybe next video here we'll get all this done, but we're gonna end the video here. I built myself, as you can see, a nice dolly. And it works really well. So I'll get some air in these tires here and we'll call it a day. Well, we're not gonna call it a day. I gotta get way more done in the yard and you guys will see more videos there.